welcome back to Loading Marriage.
That was a very, like, game show host-esque.
Hello, and welcome back to Loading Marriage. Our contestants today are Gene and Sandy. They've been married for 7 years.
Alright. So, you know, with the holidays and everything, we've taken a little bit of time off. It's been about a week or so since we've done any recording, and I don't know if I've missed it or not. I did right up until this moment.
Really? Come on.
So, we're continuing to playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, where we were just captured by Mr. Colt 45, Lando Calrissian. And we're gonna see what comes up.
Yeah. Now settle a bet. Trip thinks you're Imperial spies.
What do you think?
I think you're scared, running for your lives.
He's got a hunch about things like that.
Right? It's the cape.
Yeah, capes are not a good idea.
No, what is it with the capes?
I don't know.
Listen, you gave us good intel on Operation Cinder. In return, I've got 2 starfighters for you.
Wait, you're letting us leave?
That's right. Start a new life. Find somewhere safe.
Very generous.
Somewhere you
of
can
him.
track us?
We're too busy for that.
We just got word that Operation Cinder is headed to Naboo.
You have to stop it.
I think we can handle it.
You're wrong. The Empire's changing, and so are its tactics.
If that's the case, why not come with us? Help save Naboo.
We're not here to join your rebellion.
So I can't help but notice that her hair is tied extremely tight into a bun. Doesn't that hurt?
Leave right now. Help stop this.
I mean, I don't. As most of you know, I don't have hair, so I don't know what the pains of having hair are like. But
I'm a big believer in second chances.
Yeah, it
I'll
does
show you
hurt.
to your ships.
That's the short answer.
We don't even know how to fly X-Wings.
Should be easy for special forces.
What's the alternative, Ide?
So, what's it going to be?
well, they really built up to that one.
Right? Yeah, when I was a kid, and I used to sleep over at my cousin's house, my aunt would do our hair, you know, after we took a bath or whatever.
your attack.
Lando, your timing
And she would pull our hair
Form up on my position.
so tightly back
Protect the princess.
that, like, my scalp was burning.
I'm right behind you.
Very painful.
Just know if either of you try something.
Not really
Would-
sure why she felt the need to pull my hair so tightly
They don't
back.
call me danger leader.
Which, just out of curiosity, which aunt was that? You don't have to say names, but you know, just
Be the thermal power core.
the one who your cousin has a kid.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
lots of my cousins have kids, but yes. The
Yeah,
one
no.
you know.
Okay, okay. First of all, we're talking like actual first cousins, not
Yeah,
your
no,
crazy.
some of my other cousins have kids.
Okay, the cousin that I know then.
Yeah.
How about that? There we go. Yeah, so Sandy's family, they have this like thing where if you're like a 5th cousin, they just say, "Oh, yeah, that's my cousin." It's like, no, that's not a cousin. That's someone who happens to have some genetic resemblance to you. That's it. Like, and I just died.
Well, for what it's worth, I've never met a 5th cousin. I have
Okay,
met a 4th
you know what I'm
cousin.
saying. Okay, I'm guilty of hyperbole right now.
Listen, I don't know why we do it that way, okay? Portuguese people, that's just how we roll. Everybody's family. Be careful who you marry.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, as much as I joke about your family and like, you know, you guys say be careful who you marry and all that, it turns out my aunt and uncle, there actually is like a tie in our family trees.
Yes, there is, that's right.
I don't remember what it was, but it's way far back. Like, I mean, I think you got to go back like 5 or 6 generations or something like that, and it's like, again, a cousin somewhere in there. So
I still think it's funny though, just, I don't know.
That should be the thermal power core.
Just seems kind of crazy that far back there are 2 families tie together.
Sorry, I'm getting a little focused here. Trying to save a whole planet.
Second satellite is down.
Act like you're so important. Oh, I'm saving a whole planet. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I
just got struck by lightning.
Yeah, you did.
First, if you need to.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
I also don't. The triumphant music.
Dun, 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 dun.
We have a lot more to go. Get moving.
So when we went to see the latest Star Wars movie,
The faster we
I
take
have to say that when the
Well, hold on a second.
I'm
Before you
not
say-
giving anything away about
Okay,
the story.
just making sure.
I would never do that.
I mean, I think... So, actually, you know what? That is a question I was just wondering. Like, at what point can you talk about a movie? I almost feel it has to be, like, out of theaters. Like,
Yeah,
like,
no,
like,
it
like
definitely
once it's
has to be
released
out
on
of theaters.
DVD, like,
Although
you...
these days things are out on DVD like after like a month.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think that's acceptable. Anybody who's really cares about the movie will have seen it in that amount of time.
It's still crazy that movies
know.
come out that quickly.
But anyway, so what were you saying about
right.
it before I rudely interrupted you to make sure you didn't spoil anything for anybody?
Yeah, I'm not that person. When the opening music came on and the letters are scrolling across the starry backdrop, I actually felt a little giddy.
Right?
I had this little
Oh.
like.
I know, it is awesome. I do love that.
Yeah.
And also, like, whenever the hero has, like, the big final, like, push, you're like, yes, this is it right here. You get that, like, little bit of a rush.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah. It's funny that, you know, you can be in your 30s and still feel that way.
Yeah. Especially when, you know, like, I didn't grow up with Star Wars like you did.
Yeah.
The faster we take out these satellites.
I mean, I didn't see it until we were in college.
Yeah, and we already discussed that
Yeah.
one, but...
Danger 6. Don't forget your
It's just
shooting
good.
fighters now.
Acknowledged.
Thanks for the reminder.
On your position, Danger.
It is nice that at least these newer movies that Disney's putting out, like, are actually good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually... whoa.
How did you not die?
I don't know. Well, R2 can do something about it, I guess. I don't know what you can do. Yeah, so anyway, this last movie's, like, actually been, like, there's a lot of controversy. It seems like everyone's either an absolute, like, love it or hate it. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
This last one you're talking.
Yes, yeah, the
Specifically, not like
Last
the-
Jedi. The Last
Right,
Jedi.
not like the last.
And I died.
Like, you're not talking about all three of the newer ones. You're talking just.
Well, okay, first of all three of the newer ones, you can't count Rogue One because that more or less goes before the original
Right,
trilogy.
no, I know, but I didn't
But
know
yeah,
if
so,
you were
just-
saying,
just-
like,
just-
people, you know, like, there was a controversy about Disney's, you know.
Oh, there always is. People are like, it's not the same as the original. It's
Well,
too
it's never
different.
gonna
Whatever.
be.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
We take out these satellites.
But no, the
Copy that, Princess.
just this new one, like, you know, some people loved it, others hated it. I mean, for me, it was, like I said, I enjoyed it. I definitely think it's, you know, building up to the next movie. That's
Yeah.
what it was done for. It's not,
Let's remind the Empire who they're messing with.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as good as 7. But you're right. I mean, it's the middle part of a continuing story. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was still done well, I think. There weren't any, you know, parts of it that were kind of like, oh, this is stupid. There were no Jar Jar Binks moments.
Yeah, you know, okay, so, speaking of Jar Jar Binks, so a couple episodes ago we were talking about Jar Jar and how, you know, there are some kids that we know that love Jar Jar and all of that. Yeah, those kids actually watch the show.
Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I do too, and, you know, shout outs to both of you guys. You guys are awesome.
You are awesome.
And we love you. But now it's like whenever we talk smack about Jar Jar, I feel like I'm talking
I
trash
know.
about them.
Me
And
too.
it's not the case. I
It's
mean,
not.
you two that you guys you guys know who you are. Like we absolutely love you.
Yeah,
So
you're awesome kids.
Yeah, I mean, you are entitled to have opinions that are wrong. You're
Exactly.
still children. It's okay.
Right. You don't know any better. It's okay. That's a terrible thing to say.
I think we just made things 1,000 times worse.
I'm pretty sure we did. Pretty sure we did.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
they let us hang out with kids.
Yeah, again, that's another thing.
Their parents know us, and they let us hang out.
Oh
with their
yeah,
kids.
yeah. That's the really strange thing. Like, because at least everyone else is kind of like, yeah, they just drop them off at essentially like a daycare for an hour during the church service. But,
Sure.
yeah, like their parents are there. They know us. Like I've been
They
to their
see the
house.
shenanigans.
Yes, I've been to their house. I've had dinner with them. Like,
Yeah.
Copy that.
yeah. So.
Oh, so
That's another one. Nice job.
speaking of kids whose parents let us hang out with their kids, we've spoken before about our friend who uses the word triggered way too much.
Ah, yes.
So I saw this young fellow last night. His older sister, was doing not an open mic, but she had a gig at an ice cream shop. It was really cool. So we went to go see that, and he's there. Now, the temperature outside is maybe 20 degrees.
Let me guess. He's in shorts.
Shorts. Okay. Yeah. So he's in shorts. Now, granted, they're from Minnesota originally, so like, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, cold is what. Anyways. Now, the reason that this is perplexing, and I had to pull him aside and ask him about it, is that I watched him and his sisters over the summer. And the entire summer, they're in my living room, freezing. I don't put the AC that low. It was set to like 70.
Yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
And he's curled up in a comforter with both dogs underneath it. And the dogs are little space heaters.
That's right. You did tell me about that.
And the whole summer, I'm cold. And so I looked at him last night, and I bring this up, and I'm like, and now you're wearing shorts. And he's just looking at me like, yeah, okay, what? And I was like, do you see why I might be a little confused by this situation? He's like, it's cold in your house. And I was just like, I don't even have a response for that. Like, it's not 20 degrees cold in my house. Yeah. I'm so confused by this child. He's broken. I maintain my position that he's broken.
And I blame the parents for that,
Oh,
And the only reason I blame the parents is because we actually know the parents, and it's okay to make jokes like that. We don't.
yeah. I think his parents can take it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, where are these things I gotta destroy? Don't fly into the engines.
Let's take him down.
So I like how, she says, like, oh, these are X-Wings. We don't know how to fly those. Then it turns out, like, we're the best ones in the entire group right now. Like,
Of course. She was just trying to be modest.
maybe not, like play the cards close to the chest type thing.
Yeah. Like, oh, you don't want us fighting on your side. We don't even know how to fly these things.
It's kind of like when you go to the bar and, like, guys want to play pool, so you throw the first couple games,
Yeah.
then as soon as they're like, let's make it interesting, you're like, yeah, let's make it interesting, and then you bust out the awesome moves.
You say that as if you've done this, and you've literally.
No, yeah,
never
no,
done
I
it.
haven't. I'm talking more like
In general?
Yeah, in general, hypothetical.
Like it happens in movies.
Yeah,
Help me, take them down.
but then usually that guy gets like taken out into the alleyway and beaten on because
Yeah, people don't like when you trick them.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially when money's involved.
Yeah. Unless you're tricking them to give them money.
Who tricks somebody to give them money?
I don't know.
You know who tricks people to try to give them money?
Who?
Parents of grown children. Like, my mom, every time I go to her house, well, my mom not so much, but, you know, she just, like, you know, never, we go to her house, and it's like, oh, I'll stop at the grocery store and she needs milk. She's constantly trying to give me money and,
Oh,
like...
she was like that when she was here, too. I couldn't
Yeah.
get her to stop paying for stuff.
Yeah, right? And, I was just thinking, now she's trying to do that, but your dad actually will trick. I remember the one time, I can't remember if we bought him... Whatever, we bought something. He asked for us to bring something to his house. I don't remember what it was.
Fireworks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he wants some fireworks, which, by the way, bad idea to give that man fireworks.
Yeah,
He's launching these things at, like,
seriously.
2 o'clock in the morning. It's
Like a weekday.
Yeah, it's really not okay.
I don't know. His neighbors have got to hate him.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, no, I was just kind of like, no, they're a gift. Like, you know, I don't need anything. And he insisted I take the money, and then I tried to give it back. And then, like, he ended up, like, hiding it in... I'm not sure if it was, like, luggage or something.
Yeah.
To attack. Everyone else pull back.
My aunts are good at that, too.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Sorry, we're not looking at the same burning star destroyer.
Imperial protocol is to jump away to a safe location.
Those ships are headed straight for feed. They're gonna attack the city.
Everyone get to
Oh, now they got an inside source.
stop this.
Wait a minute. Those, like, little yellow ships were from, like, the prequels. Like, they're, like, 30 years old at this point, or 40 years old.
Look, the rebellion's working with what it's got, okay? Sometimes that means old equipment. You do what you gotta do.
Danger, leader. 4 of us will have to do. Anyone know your way around machines?
I do.
You're with me. Feed has a defense system. Something we can use to stop the Empire. But the storm has damaged power relays across the city. Until they're repaired, we can't activate anything. Split up. Repair the relays. When you're done, regroup at the palace. Got it.
Oh, Princess Leia.
Got it.
I really miss Carrie Fisher.
I know. I can't believe she's dead.
Something that'll stop the
Right?
Empire.
I mean, I legit went through a mourning period when I
Yeah.
heard that one. Princess Leia was my first crush. I'll fully admit that.
She was probably a lot of boys' first crush.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to resist the urge to put up the picture from Return of the Jedi, just because again I'm trying to make this a little more family friendly. So we'll
Everybody's
just not do
seen
that.
it.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know. We'll
not
see.
that risque.
I'll decide when I edit this video.
It's
if I
no
put
worse
that
than
up.
what they see at the swimming pool, people in bathing suits. What?
All right, let's end the video before we get into a like philosophical discussion as to what's appropriate for a family channel. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Don't ever question me on camera again.